Hello everyone and welcome to match number 2 of what promises to be a day of cracking cricket action here at the Fatima grounds. My name is Delvin and we are here for the Dais Aces versus AB Devils game in the Dad's Premier League. The AB Devils win the toss, elect to bowl first. It's a bright sunny day here and it's a welcome sight after days and days of unseasonal rain putting a dampener on our spirits. But not anymore. We are here and we are all set for cricket action right up here at our fingertips. The openers make their way for the Dais Aces. We had the previous game that seen the Spartans face the Roaring Tigers, in which the Roaring Tigers emerged victorious by 5 wickets. Now we have the Aces taking on the Devils. Who will emerge victorious? The openers for the Aces, Vineet S, who is taking strike, and Pranav M on the non-strikers end. For the Devils, Nirav to open the bowling. Spin straight up for the very first over of the game. We have the field restrictions in place. We have a deep square leg. One of the fielders in the deep is the deep square leg on the leg side behind square. And here comes Nirav. First ball. Cracking start. And that finds the boundary. Cracking start to the contest for the Aces. Shot was there to be hit. Hits it on the swivel. Over the fielder at short mid wicket. And that goes to the boundary for 4. Cracking start this. The other fielder is long on at the deep. Right between the two fielders in the deep. No chance for either of them. Pressure straight away on Nirav. Here's Nirav for the second ball. Vineet. Straight. Gets a single. It's a single. So now Pranav, the right-hander, to take strike. Nirav will change his angle for the right-hander. He'll have to bowl a different set of lines and lengths. And that is the tricky situation when you're facing a right and left-hand batting combination. You have to alter your line and length. You have to alter your plans. You have to alter your field set. And here is Nirav to face Pranav. There it is. Solid in defense, tentatively. Facing and hits it straight to the bowler. Nirav bowling once again. Pranav on strike. Oh, swing and a miss, an appeal, but more of a hopeful shout rather than an appeal there. Bowling it outside the line of off stump, a little wide for the batsman's liking. Had to reach out for it. Eventually misses it. Nirav with ball number 5. And this time Pranav, a little bit of a risky shot, taking the aerial route there, but eventually settles across for a single. So after the boundary conceded of the very first ball, Nirav has bowled a much improved line and length, conceding just 2 singles of the next 4 deliveries. However, the over has to end well for Nirav just to keep it on a leash and, just feel a little confident about himself. Vineet to take strike for the final ball of the first over. Nirav to bowl the final ball of the first over. And here he comes. Vineet taking strike and plays it tentatively off the front foot. And that brings an end to the first over. 6 for no wicket, the Dais Aces. So you had a cracking start to the competition. The first ball going for 4. And now we have the start of the second over. Kalpesh to bowl the second over. Again, a little wide. The appeal. The umpires called it a wide. Let's have a look at this. That's well wide. Significant gap between the bat and ball. Despite very vociferous appeals by the bowling side, the umpire is unmoved, and rightly so. Gives it a wide. Kalpesh to bowl that once again. Pranav on strike. Plays it on the up for a single. The offside. Brings Vineet back on strike. Kalpesh to change his angle for the left-hander, will be bowling around the wicket. Here he comes. Nicely played, but straight to the fielder. No run there. So deep square leg and probably another fielder there out in the deep. The field restrictions. Kalpesh bowling once again, and that's in the air once again and in the gap. And that races away to the boundary for 4. It's a good looking shot there from Vineet. The second boundary for Vineet, the second boundary for the Aces. Perfectly bisecting that gap between the two fielders on the offside within the circle. As you can see here, a little wide, drives it nicely between cover and mid-off. No protection deep on the offside, and that races away to the boundary for 4. Kalpesh to reassess his strategy. Vineet looking good so far. 9 of 5 balls. Here comes Kalpesh. Tries to flick it, but the umpire gives it a wide, staying down the leg side. Kalpesh once again takes the aerial route. He finds an edge, but lands safe. Will get a single. Was looking for the similar shot that got him a boundary. Gets the bottom edge of the bat. Goes into no man's land. Thankful that the field restrictions are still in place, which means the ball eventually landed safely. Kalpesh to Pranav now. Oh, that's an inside edge. Oh, that is very, very fortunate for Pranav that it does not go on to hit the stumps. Any other day, that ball clatters into the stumps, but not this time. Pranav is a lucky boy, but not that lucky for Kalpesh, who's coming in to bowl the final ball of his last over. Room, good fielding. Gets a single. The end of 2 overs, the Aces 15 for no loss. Kalpesh finishes his first over with 9 runs conceded. And Nirav coming in to bowl his second over. conceded 6 runs in his first over. Pranav will be the batsman on strike. Here he is. Neerav, all in readiness to bowl to Pranav. Here he comes. Oh, if that's a paddle, is it fine enough to go to the boundary? Yes, it is. That's a boundary. On the legs, all he had to do was get some bat on it, and get some bat he does. Goes to the boundary for 4. So now Pranav getting a move on after the 2 early boundaries by Vineet. Neerav bowling to Pranav. Here he is. This time much straighter and tentatively defended off the back foot. Straight to the bowler. It's a much better line and length from Neerav after straying down the leg on the first ball. Neerav bowling to Pranav. Here he is. Takes the aerial route, and that beats the fielder at mid-off for 4. So Pranav also getting a move on here. 2 quick boundaries in this over, and the pressure straight back on the Devils. The score motoring along to 23 for no loss. Slap bats it flat, straight, and beats the fielder for 4. So the Aces making full use of the free field restrictions here and quickly crossing 20 runs. They're on 23 for no loss. This is a good opening partnership. Both Pranav and Vineet looking well set here. Plays it on the up. Comfortable single. This is very smart batting this. Gets a boundary and then takes the single. So 9 runs coming up this over already. 2 balls more to go. And brings Vineet on strike. Neerav to face Vineet. Neerav bowling to Vineet, and Vineet takes the aerial route. Rushed onto the shot too early. Ball lands safely for a single. He went into the shot a little too early, did Vineet. Got the leaning edge, went high in the air for a long time, but eventually landed safely. So no harm, no foul for the Aces, who still motor along, 25 for no loss. 10 runs conceded of this over, 1 ball to go. Pranav on strike. Here comes Pranav. It's gone! That's the wicket that they needed. Floats it wide outside the off stump. Pranav goes for the bait. The ball just balloons off his bat, and the catch gratefully accepted to the fielder at point. Ball was slow, got coaxed into the shot a little too early, and that's the opening breakthrough for the AB Devils. Pranav walks for 12. The Dais Aces 25 for 1. End of 3 overs. So despite conceding a couple of boundaries in this over, Neerav eventually has the last laugh by getting the wicket of Pranav, who was looking dangerous along with Vineet, nipping that partnership right in the bud before it caused any further damage. So we are halfway through the power play. It's 25 for the loss of a wicket. While the wicket will definitely hurt, the Aces won't mind the run rate at which they're going at 8.33 and over. They'll look to continue. The next batsman on strike is Kumar S. Oh, that's an edge. That's a genuine edge, but no slip, and that will race away to the boundary. Beat Kumar all ends up in the first ball, but there was no slip, and the edge just falls tantalizingly and teasingly between the two keeper and the third man fielder. Runs away to the boundary for 4. They will take it. So Kalpesh, once again the pressure on him after conceding a boundary in the first ball of this over. The boundary is coming in regular intervals in this power play for the Aces, and that is something that they will take huge heart off of it. Here's Kalpesh once again. Full wide. Yes, wide enough for the umpire to raise his arms. Have to bowl that one again. Here comes Kalpesh. Already an expensive start. 14 runs in his second over. There he is. It's in the air. The gap. Gets a single. Kumar gets off the mark. And now Vineet to take... Kumar now to face his first ball. Here's Kumar. Is that given a wide? We have to wait and watch for the umpire's confirmation. Meanwhile, the ball just about gets a couple of runs. And yes, the umpire has signaled wide. Way down the leg side. And 2 more runs taken. So that's 3 runs taken of this ball. 34 runs. Nicely played between the gap, and that is 4. Very well placed shot this. Dissecting that gap between point and third man. Beautifully placed. Making use of the pace that was on offer with the ball. Nicely plays very late and finds that gap to perfection. That's a beautiful shot. And this is once again a very expensive over. 13 runs coming off it. And still 2 balls to go. Kalpesh, under pressure, tries that shot again, but this time, once again, the umpire calls it a wide. He will have to bowl that one again. So Kalpesh under pressure here, enormous pressure, 14 runs given. Nicely played. Dot ball to end the over, but this is a very, very good start for the Aces. Is the end of 4... No, there's another ball to go. I beg your pardon. Another 2 balls to go. Not enough power on that shot, but enough to go for a single. This is a pretty big over with a couple of extras in there. 3 wides. A wide that gave in 2 runs of cross. So 15 runs conceded of the over. It's a pretty long over. 8 balls already. Kalpesh will just want to finish this over and get rid of this memory quite quickly. This is an over that he'd like to take back. Cuts it, but well fielded there. Stops a certain boundary. The end. But they get a single. So it's the end of 4 overs. The Aces well placed and motoring at 41 for 1. We have we are 4 overs into the power play, 2 more overs to go, and we have a bowling change. Karan coming into the bowling attack. Aces going great guns in this power play, going at above 10 and over, 10.25 to be precise. And the Devils will have to do something to stem that flow of runs, because boundaries have come each and every over. Whether it's 1 boundary or 2, they have found the boundary at regular intervals. Let's see what Karan can do. It's in the air and gone. The new bowling change works almost instantly. Gets a wicket. Vineet, the danger man, was looking very well set for a big score. 17 of 10. But Karan nips that in the bud. And the Devils strike. Wasn't able to judge. And that was a very good fielding effort. Grabs it at the second attempt. And the second wicket goes. 41 for 2, the Aces. Both the openers back in the hut. The new batsman coming in is Siddharth. So let's talk a little bit about that wicket. The ball was there to be hit. It was in the slot, but he wasn't able to get neither the timing nor the elevation or the distance. Ended up ballooning a catch straight at cover, who had the presence of mind to gather it at the second attempt. Good fielding effort there, I must say. So Karan striking off his very first ball, bringing in 2 new batsmen at the crease. Siddharth yet to face a delivery, whereas Kumar has already faced 3 balls for his 5. But just when it felt like the Aces were taking the game by the scruff of the neck, they have been pegged back by a wicket, and the wicket of a set batsman at that. Here is Karan, full of confidence. He has his tail up. He will be looking for more. There is a little bit of a conference going on with the field set, with the keeper dictating and pulling the strings off behind the stumps. Worth noting that the keeper has the best view out there, so will be able to dictate proceedings as far as the field set goes. Very, very crucial aspect of the game. And here we go, all set. Siddharth to face his first ball. Karan here, bowls it full. Gets a single and gets off the mark to Siddharth. That brings Kumar into strike. Karan, the left-hander, the left armer. There he is. Comes in. Short. There's a leaning edge once again, but just short of the fielder at square leg. Good ball, slow, rose a little, took the leaning edge. Batsman hurried into the shot early, was fortunate that he did not time it well enough to go straight into the hands of the fielder. So Siddharth, once again, to face Karan. Oh, that's a good ball. Stump to stump. This is lovely variation here from Karan. Bowling it short, bowling it wide, bowling it full, and now bowling it in the line of the stumps. 4 balls, 4 different variations. And after 4 overs of boundary hitting, we have seen 4 balls without a single boundary being hit. So that is great bowling by Karan. Here he comes for his 5th ball. Oh, that's a lovely shot, but again, fielded well. Got to give it to the close-in fielders. They have been tight with their field. They've not let anything go past them. And the biggest example has to be the catch that was taken. So 5 balls. Can Karan finish off this over? Can he finish it well? He started with the best possible way by getting a wicket. Can he finish it equally well? Here he goes. He'll have to bowl that one again. That's a wide. Karan to bowl to Siddharth. Last ball of the 5th over. 44 for 2, the aces. Here he comes. All in readiness. That has hit some part of the batsman. Does not have enough legs to go to the boundary, but will definitely get a couple of runs for that. So the end of 5 overs. And that is 46 for the loss of 2 wickets. The umpire signals bat. So 5 overs gone. The yes aces. 46 for 2. So the last over of the power play. Dhruv to bowl the final over of the power play. And aces will look to make the most out of this power play. Last over of the field restrictions. They'll try to get as many runs as possible. Here comes Dhruv. The loopy full toss. No run. Deceptive with his action. Bowling at a nice and loopy length. Very difficult to get under. Here's Dhruv once again. Kumar on strike. Another loopy ball. Oh, that's deceived him for pace. Misses everything. Beats the batsman. Beats the keeper. Signal buys. Signal buys. So we have variations and changes in pace here from Dhruv. Working so far. Siddharth on strike, and here is Dhruv once again. And another nice loopy full toss. Lets that go. But that's not a wide. So this is another good start. So there is a cluster of deliveries that have seen the Devils pull things back a bit. No boundary conceded in the last 9 balls. Here is Dhruv and edge. Will get a single. So the change in pace working very, very nicely indeed for Dhruv and the Devils, who tend to pull things back a little. Kumar on strike. That is wide. That is given as a wide. Yes, rightly so. Dhruv. Another loopy ball. And again, this is very, very crafty bowling. Very, very canny. Shrewd and deceptive like a fox is Dhruv. And he is currently outfoxing the batsman with his variations and changes of pace. Giving it the loop. Not afraid to dangle the carrot to the batsman. And an excellent over so far. Just 3 singles and a wide conceded. So this is excellent, excellent bowling indeed. It's the end of the over. 6 overs gone. It's the power play done and dusted. 50 comes up for the aces. 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. Karan to continue bowling his second over. Conceded just 5 of his first over and got a wicket in the process as well. The Devils taking their time to set the field. No hurry whatsoever. Still time being taken. Here is Karan. After a delay, finally, Karan to bowl the first ball of his second over. Kumar on strike. Shot, wide, misfielded by the keeper, and an extra run to boot. Wide called by the umpire. Not the best start for second over from Karan. Straying well down the leg side. Nowhere close to the body of the batsman as well. And the keeper could have done a little better. But still we rise. Here is Karan. Bowling to Siddharth. It's full and straight. Good bowling. Keeping it on the line of the stumps. Not giving the batsman enough room to free his arms. That was not that was not the right ball to go for an expansive drive. I think Siddharth will learn from it quickly. Here is Karan. Full toss. And dropped right through the hands of the fielder, and that's gone for 6. It was a low full toss. Looked like it was in the hands of the fielder, but it went right through him and was over the rope for 6. It's 58 for 2. A full toss, not the best option to bowl at this point. Here is Karan. Played it well. Follows that 6 with a good looking shot for a single in the deep. Oh, that's a misfield. Will get a couple of runs here. That single has cost them 1 run extra. The misfield has cost them 1 run extra. 60 for 2. We are midway through the 7th over. Here is Karan. Cuts it nicely. That's going in. That's going, and gone to the boundary for 4. So Siddharth getting a move on here. Was wide. Nice. Sat up well for Siddharth to go for that cut shot. And he cuts it with aplomb as the ball races away to the boundary for 4. Once again, the Aces putting pressure on the Devils here with their aggressive intent and their aggressive batting. They are going for the jugular here. Here's Karan. Full toss. This time, Siddharth, unfortunate. Disappointed to not make the most out of that. That was a freebie. That's a second one. It was a second full toss in that over. Was looking to take full toll of it. Unfortunate not to. Karan bowling once again to Siddharth. Oh, that's an appeal. That's a huge appeal. The umpire says not out. The height in question was a huge appeal there. But I think the right decision has been made. And yes, It hit him at the thighs. Would be missing the stumps. So it's the end of the 7th over. The Dais aces comfortably placed at 64 for 2. So the new bowling change brings Dhruv back. An economical first over, giving away just 3 runs. He will be tasked to once again put the lid on the scoring for the aces, who once again began to find boundaries at regular intervals. There's that loopy full toss. Hit it straight down the ground, and that's gone for 4. That's a good shot once again. This time Kumar getting into the action. It was loopy, but it's full toss. So he gets just the right amount of timing to beat the fielder there at long on. Good shot. So the runs coming in thick and fast for the aces. They are motoring along very well, scoring at almost 9.5 and over. Here comes Dhruv with his second ball. Another loopy one, but this time well wide of the batsman. Wides given. Dhruv coming in. Here another loopy one. Enough time for the batsman, yes and no, but eventually the right decision has been made for not going for that single. Kumar 11 of 10. Siddharth 16 of 12. Here is Dhruv once again. Looping in the air. And that is a single gathered by the fielder at long off. .70 for the loss of 2 wickets. The ace is going along nicely at 9.33 runs and over. We are midway through the 8th over. Dhruv bowling to Siddharth. And here he comes. That trademark loopy delivery hit nicely. Pierces the gap. Gets comfortable 2 runs there. So the decision to bowl first by the AB Devils looks a little iffy now, given the way that things have gone for them. And that's a good shot again. Playing it off the back foot. Goes to the fielder. Wanted the second, but sent wisely back by his partner. Nine runs of this over, 1 ball left. Dhruv will want to finish this over on better note than it started. And finishes with the dot ball. So we're 8 overs in. The Dais aces cruising at 73 for 2. So 8 overs gone. 73 for 2. And a new bowling change by the Devils. Dhawal comes into bowl. And as expected with the heat, the batsman and the keeper sharing a small drink there to keep their body fluids intact, to keep themselves hydrated. It's a nice hot November sunny day, which is a welcome sight once again. As we know, unseasonal rains have been playing spoil sport with us for the past couple of weeks. But here we are, bright sunny day and bright cricketing action on display here at the Dats Premier League. The Dais Aces taking on the AB Devils. AB Devils bowling first after winning the toss. The Dais Aces going off to a rollicking start and find themselves at 73 for 2. We are starting the 9th over of the first innings. Siddharth on strike. Dhaval to bowl his first ball of the over. There it is. Again, bowled well. Gets that gap. It's a comfortable single. And they're going for 2. They're challenging the arm of the fielder at the deep, and they get that's excellent running between the wickets. They challenge the arm of that fielder in the deep, and they beat him. Get 2 runs rather comfortably here. So the perfect balance between aggressive hitting and strike rotation being shown on full display by the Aces. Very smart batting indeed. Nicely played. But straight to the fielder, the close-in fielder at short mid-off. Dhaval bowling to Siddharth. Bowls it wide. And that is wide as called by the umpire itself. We'll have to bowl that one again. He's trying to lure Siddharth into playing that cut shot once again, but the line was too wide for that. Dhaval to continue. What will he bowl now? Bowls it. That's straight. Clattered for 4. Brute force by Siddharth. The ball was wide. The ball was in the slot, asking to be hit. And Siddharth does not need a second invitation with the batting touch that he is in. Smashes it straight front of the bowler. No chance for the fielders in the deep. Rattles away to the boundary. Siddharth racing along, 25 of 17. Plays it nicely for a single there. Yes. Again, excellent running between the wickets. Excellent. Scoring a boundary with brute force and then showing deft touch to sneak a single right under the noses of the fielders closing in the 30-yard circle. Excellent cricket this. Dhaval clearly put under pressure. 8 runs conceded of this over. 2 more balls to go. Kumar on strike now. Plays it straight back to the bowler. No run there. Dhaval. Bowling to Kumar. That shot. That's in the slot. And that's 6. Again, bowling shot halfway through the pitch. That's just a hit me delivery. And that's a beautiful shot from Kumar. Swivels, connects, goes all the way for 6. That's another big over here. 9 overs done. The Aces are 87 for the loss of 2 wickets. And they look in ominous batting touch at the moment. Runs coming thick and fast. Runs coming in regular intervals. Something needs to be done. The Aces are running away with this. The Devils need to do something to curb the flow of runs, or else the Aces will run away with it. There's a bowling change once again. Akhil coming into the bowling attack now. Nine overs gone, 87 for 2. Remember, the AB Devils won the toss and elected to field first. With every passing over, in hindsight, it looked that they could have done with a bat up front. Akhil facing Siddharth. Here he comes. That's a good ball. Cramping him for room. But a quick single in the process. This is what I was talking about. One ball, brute force, power hitting, aggressive intent. The next ball, deft touch, touch and run, tap and run, rotation of strike. Balanced cricket at its finest. Akhil playing Kumar. That's wide. The umpire calls it a wide. Kumar will be disappointed. All he needed was just a little bit of bat on that, and that would travel. Failed to get it, but still, it is a wide. 89 for 2. The Dais aces. Oh, played it well. Played it well in the gap. Will get a single, and that's all it is. A single. $90 for 2. This partnership going great guns at the moment. Siddharth on strike. Akhil to continue. Left arm around the wicket. Slog sweep does not connect. We will get a single. No boundary as of yet in this over, which will be a sign of solace for the Devils. But there are still 3 balls left to go in the over. And Kumar is on strike. Gives himself a little bit of room. This time it was too close for a single. Akhil to continue. It's a good over so far. 4 singles. Hits it straight down the ground. Only for a single. The fielder at long on gathers. Sends it back to the bowler. So 92 for 2. We are 1 ball away from the halfway stage of the first innings. Akhil will definitely avoid conceding a boundary here. He would want to finish this on a high. And finish on a high he does. That's a dot ball. So good over for the Devils. 10 overs gone. It's 92 for 2. And I think it's time for drinks. Drinks have been taken. Players have been hydrated. Anay, the new bowler, coming into the attack. Kumar and Siddharth, well set. Kumar batting on 20. Siddharth batting on 28. The aces 92 for 2. Anay to kickstart proceedings in the second half. That's been given as a wide. And will go more. That is wide and 4. Worst possible start for the Devils. It was well wide, bounced awkwardly. The keeper wasn't able to gather, and that has gone trickling to the boundary for 4. Runs continuing to flow for the aces. Anay to continue. It's edged. Anay clearly unhappy there. He thought that that could have been taken, but that was a very, very difficult chance in all honesty. Threw the kitchen sink at it. Was unable to gather with the sheer intensity and velocity of the ball coming to him at such close quarters. So Anay continuing to bowl. Siddharth on strike. Bowls it again onto the pads. This time a quick single taken. 99 for 2. The Dais aces looking well on track to get a big score here. Kumar playing it on the full. They're rushing, they get the second. That is very good running once again. They're picking the gaps to perfection. They know where the singles and twos are available. They know those pockets where there is 2 runs on, and they're exploiting it to perfection. Here are the 2 batsmen. The 100 comes up for the Dais aces. 101 for 2. Oh, he tried to be too cheeky. And of course, an airplane. No matter how old you are, the sight of an airplane always gets you wonder and awe. Yes, and I to continue. Back to the cricket. Again, edged, and this time once again it gets away from the keeper. And I letting his frustrations get the better of him. That shouldn't be the case. He needs to get his shoulders up. He's bowling a good spell here. Oh, that's a ball. That's a brilliant attempt. That was hit really hard. That was hit hard. Let me tell you that. That was an excellent attempt by Anay, but unfortunately it did not stick. So the end of 11 overs. The Dais aces 101 for 2. Kudos to the effort by Anay there. Not much he could do because that was hit hard. That was travelling, that ball, let me tell you. That was travelling at a rate of knots, like a tracer bullet, as the great Ravi Shastri would say. But Siddharth lives to fight another day. Kumar on strike now. 101 for 2, 11 overs. In all fairness to Anay, he came back rather nicely after bowling that 5 wides of the very first ball of his over. Just 4 singles ever since. That's 6 balls after that, giving away only 4 singles. That's a good over overall if you choose not to count the 5 wides that went. In the meanwhile, Akhil coming into bowl. Siddharth on strike. Plays it from there. Gets a single. So this is a rather nice partnership now. I'm pretty sure this partnership has gone well above 50. They have contributed rather nicely, complementing each other's strengths well. It's Kumar going for the big shot, not able to connect, and Kumar a slip, and oh my word, that is a complete comedy of errors all around the field. There was no single there. It was timed too well for a single. Kumar ran straight away, not knowing, falls, slips in the middle, but the throw had to be better. That was wicket number 3. If the throw would have been marginally better at the keeper's end. But Kumar lives to survive, the aces live to fight, and the AB Devils are left to wonder what if. Contrasting emotions on both ends of the spectrum there. The Devils cannot let their shoulders drop. They're creating the opportunities. They just need to hold on to that. And that's a good shot. Collected by the fielder at long off. Just a single. Siddharth on strike. The run rate for the first time in a while dropping below 9 for the aces. Another single comfortably taken. A fielder, deep extra cover. Collects it. So Akhil continuing to bowl well. 8 runs given. 2 balls left for the completion of the second over. Akhil to bowl, lets it go watchfully. No wides given. That's a legal delivery. So 2 dot balls and 3 singles so far in this over. Very, very good over in the context of things for the Devils. They would like to punctuate this with a wicket. Can they get it though? Hits it, takes the aerial route. Just a single. So 12 overs gone. The aces sitting nicely. 105 for 2. The captain once again giving the ball back to his bowler. Anay, I believe, will continue. Yes, it is. Anay created good opportunities in the previous over. Was rather unfortunate to not get a wicket at his name. He will look to replicate that once again in this over. Wickets are of the essence for the Devils. They need wickets, and they need wickets in heaps if they want to have a say in the contest, because at this point there's only one team that is dominating, and that is the aces. Oh, that's a big shot in the air. That is gone. That's going and gone for 6. Just when I was talking about the Devils trying to put a lid on things, that's an emphatic strike. Emphatic. Stand and deliver right at the middle of the bat. We will need new balls, please. That has gone a long, long way. That's a brilliant shot from Kumar. Standing tall, getting the better of the spinner, and launches him straight over his head for 6. We have a new ball. And immediately the pressure's straight on the bowler. Getting dispatched for a big hit in the very first ball of his over. And that 6 also brings the run rate back up over 9. The Dais aces. Nelson, 1-1-1 for 2. Goes, takes the aerial route once again. Lands safely for a single. Siddharth on the other side, gently observing the action, will want to be part of it, will want to get into the thick of things. And here he is. And goes it. Takes the aerial route, and this time it's taken by the fielder at long off. It is given out. Siddharth has to walk, and the partnership has been broken. The third wicket, and it is Ane who gives them the breakthrough. Was flighted well, was there to be hit, but very well placed there. The fielder at long off manages to hold on to it, and that's wicket number 3. Siddharth goes, talking to the new batsman. Well made innings there. The platform as well and truly set for the rest of the Aces batsmen to follow suit. It's a good knock coming to an end from Siddharth. Was looking to make it big. Unfortunately for him, wasn't able to capitalize, but a good knock nonetheless from Siddharth as he walks back to the hut. New batsman on strike. Ane with a fresh wind in his sails after getting that wicket. Kalp, the new batsman on strike. Here he comes. Kalp facing his first ball. A swing and a miss. Looking to get off the mark almost immediately was Kalp. Trying to impose himself. Wasn't able to get bat on ball. Kalp once again, this time gently tucks it down the leg side for a single. Gets off the mark in the process. 113 for 3, the Dais Aces. Going along nicely despite the fall of the third wicket in this over. 8 runs coming off it. Once again a very good comeback from Ane after conceding the 6 of the first ball. That's a wide. We'll have to bowl that one again. Will Ane. $114 for 3. Here he comes. That's a good shot. Good looking shot that in the gap. But collected by the fielder at deep extra cover for a single. So the end of 13 overs. It's 115 for the loss of 3 wickets. 7 overs to go. What will be the total that the Aces will be looking to achieve at this point? They have 7 overs left. They have 7 wickets in the shed. They're going along nicely. They still have a set batsman on the pre-crease with Kumar batting at 33. Surely 170 to 180 must be on the cards for the Aces given the way that they have batted so far. It is a completely different pitch now. While the first game there were glimpses of uneven bounce, here the ball's coming nicely onto the bat. And Akhil to bowl his third over. Kumar on strike. Here is Kumar. Hits it. This gap. Will he get 2? They're going. They're challenging the arm. And that's 2. That's well run. It's well run. Kumar's innings has been characterized by excellent running between the wickets. His agility and his ability to find those pockets coming into the fore with great efficiency here. Moves on to 35. Tries to go for the big shot. Does not get the connection he was hoping for. Oh, the confusion almost, but then 2 more runs added to the kitty. $119 for 3. We are in the 14th over of the first innings in this Dats Premier League match between the Dais Aces and the AB Devils. AB Devils winning the toss and bowling first. Here is Akhil. Bowling to Kumar. Oh, saved his head there in the nick of time, did Kalp. That was travelling once again. Gets a single, does Kumar. Akhil, I beg your pardon. Akhil bowling to Kalp. Kalp taking time to get to the feel of the pitch. That's a full toss. Again, well fielded there. Gets a single. That was hit hard too. (121 for 3). 2 balls away from the 14th over. Kumar on strike. Again, was looking for the big shot, but he's not able to get the connection that he's looking for. Once again, was looking for the second run, but there was no second run there, and Kalp was rightly sent back by his partner. Akhil, another good over so far. While he's conceded 7 runs, he's not given away a boundary. Kalp facing Akhil. Plays it late, and that is played well, and that is very well fielded indeed. Should easily get 2. That's it. 2 runs it is. 9 runs coming off this over. The end of 14 overs. The Dais Aces are 124 for the loss of 3 wickets. 6 more overs to go. The Dais Aces motoring along nicely, setting themselves up for the grandstand finish in the final 5 overs of the game. They have the wickets in hand, they have the runs on the board, they have the cushion that is required for that big finale. So it'll be very interesting to see how they approach this final over. So Akhil will bowl out. He's bowled 3 overs, given away 18 runs, not taken any wicket yet. That could change. Here he comes. Akhil. Single. Anay is bowling his 3rd. Here comes Anay. And that's been given as a wide. (126 for 3) the score for the Dais Aces. Here comes Anay. Oh, that's a good ball. Forcing to play the shot on the back foot for the batsman. 127 for 3. Is it? Yep, 127 for 3. The Aces. Kumar currently batting on 40. Here is Anay. Gives him the charge. That's a beautiful looking shot. And that's gone for 4. Steps out. Makes a little bit of room for himself. Hits it over extra cover. 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. And Kumar putting on a show for everyone here. There it is. Beautifully struck. Takes the aerial route. 1 bounce for 4. Here is Anay to bowl. Hits it straight. And that is 4 more. So Kumar turning up the heat here. He's shifted gears. He's well and truly on the charge now. And Anay is bearing the brunt of this brutal onslaught by Kumar. He's looking dangerous. He is on 48. And Anay has conceded 30 so far. 11 runs of this over. 2 more to go. A hopeful appeal. Nothing doing, says the umpire. $135 for 3, the Dais aces, after being put into bat first. Led by the batting onslaught of Kumar. Oh, that's so unlucky. That is so unlucky. Oh, he's gone. That is out. That's a beautiful delivery. Yorked Kumar. And Kumar has to depart for a well-made 48. He was looking well set for a big one. Yorked him, hits his pads onto the leg stump, and that's a brilliant delivery. So the 4th wicket falls. It's end of the 15th over, 135 for 4. Kumar departs for a well-made 48. Anay with his 2nd wicket. 3 overs, 2 wickets for 30 runs. And we are at the final 5 overs of the first innings. 135 for 4. Very well batted by Kumar indeed. A right balance of running between the wickets, finding those big pockets, and picking his shots and spots beautifully en route to a well-made 48. Surely deserved a 50 at the end of it all, but it was a very well-composed knock nevertheless, which deserves appreciation and credit in equal measure. The new batsman is Manoj. And a new bowler is Akhil. $135 for 4. 15 overs done. Kalp, the batsman on strike. He's currently on 5 of 5. Manoj yet to face a delivery at this point. So Akhil continuing. Good ball, nice and full. Not much wiggle room for the batsman to begin with. And that is the beauty of bowling the full length. It's high risk, high reward. It's all about the accuracy and the execution of the delivery after it. Kalp to face Akhil. Gives himself a little bit of time in the back foot, but gets a single in the process. So the score moves along to 136 with the loss of 4 wickets. Very interesting to see how it goes on here. Akhil into his last over. None for 19. Plays it down the ground. Quick single again. So they're setting themselves up for the big finish, are the aces. Looking for a single or a 2 here. My assumption is that they will go for the jugular when there are 3 overs left. Oh, the intent is there from Kalp. Oh, that's a missed throw. The intent was there from Kalp at this delivery. He was looking to go for the full Monty. He tried to throw the kitchen sink at that. Did not get the connection he was wanting for. Has to settle for a single at the end of it all. Akhil here. That's a good shot. That's a lovely shot. Played late, played extremely well. And that races away to the boundary for 4. Lovely, lovely shot by Manoj there. He waited and waited and waited. He played that ball so late, but played it to perfection and cut through that gap like a knife through butter. Beautiful shot indeed. 142 for 4 the score. We are into the 16th over. Manoj on strike. There was a full toss there to be hit and eventually gets off a single. The end of 16 overs. Akhil bowls out. None for 26 of his 4 overs. 16 overs gone. It's 143 for 4. Last 4 overs left. The Aces will definitely be looking anywhere between 170 to 180 as the ideal score given the way that they are batting. Meanwhile, the Devils will definitely look to restrict them to as less of a score as possible. Dhruv coming back into the attack. 2 overs for 12. No wickets taken. Interesting to see what the approach will be from either side. What will Dhruv's lengths be? What will Dhruv's lines be? What will be the approach from Manoj? We've seen him play an exquisite late cut for 4. All to play for in these final 4 overs. All to play for. Here comes... No, that's a false start. Here comes Dhruv. For real this time. Here he is. Loopy gets a single of that ball. Was looking for a second, but there was no second there, in all honesty. Every ball has to count is the message from the Aces dugout. And rightly so. That's a full toss. Wasn't able to take full advantage of that. Has to settle for a single instead. $145 for 4. The Dais Aces. Oh, he's played that fine. And that is racing. No, get 2 runs for it. There's a single. I think that was 2. Let's have a look. Waiting for further confirmation there. Dhruv continuing to bowl. Oh, again misses the full toss. Playing it late. That's well fielded. They're looking for 2. We'll get 2. Is that out? Not out, says the umpire. $149 for 4. 1 ball away from the end of the 17th over. Manoj currently batting on 11 and Kalp on the other end giving him company with an unbeaten 8. Dhruv with another good over. 6 runs conceded of this. 1 ball to go. Here he comes. It's wide. Loopy full toss, but way wide of the mark. We'll have to bowl that one again. 150 comes up with that wide for the Dais aces. There he is. Another loopy full toss. This time hits it straight down the ground. Gets a single. Was looking for two, but no. So the end of the 17th over. It's 151 for 4. Last 3 overs, 18 balls. We are setting ourselves up for a potentially grandstand finish by the Dais aces. Both the batsmen have taken enough time to gauge the pitch, to gauge the conditions. It is now time to go for that big flourish, that full Monty, to push that score past 180. I'm definitely sure that that is what the thought process will be in the minds of both the batsmen, who are taking time to process their thoughts and gather themselves at this point. Coming together for a small chat there. And as far as the Devils are concerned, they will do everything they can to restrict them possibly to 165 to 170. That will be a job well done if they do manage to do that. New bowler in the attack. It's Pratik, who will bowl his first over. Interesting this. To kickstart proceedings. Here is Pratik. Good ball. Nice and full. Bowling the right length there. Starts off with a Yorker. Manoj facing. Ooh, that was close again. Manoj was looking to go for the big shot. Hit nothing but fresh air there. Pratik to Manoj once again. 2 dot balls. The pressure building up. All to play for here for both sides. Helicopters it. Only for a single. Three balls into the 18th over. Just a single conceded. Looking good for the Dais aces. Kalp on strike. Oh, he picks that one. Or does he? Oh, yes, he does. That's gone for 6. Kalp picks the bones out of that. Long, high, handsome. Well beyond the fielder there. 158 for 4. Just when it felt like he was putting a break in this over. Kalp comes out with the goods. Dispatches that one for 6. Pratik to continue. Hits it fine. That's going. And that is 4. So 10 runs in 2 balls now. That score has gone to 162. He did get himself cramped, but gets just enough bat on that. And with no protection on the fine leg boundary behind, that ball raced away for 4. And all it needed was just some bat, which was provided with a plumb by Kalp. So Kalp moves on to 18 of 11 with those 2 strikes. The pressure squarely back on Pratik now. It was a good start to the over, but the initiative has been wrested back. Oh, he's dropped. End of the 18th over. 162 for the loss of 4 wickets. Last 2 overs to go. Dhruv bowling his last over. Manoj on strike. The Dais aces and 162 for the loss of 4 wickets. What can Dhruv conjure up here? Here he comes. Loop. Dot ball there. Manoj. Here is Dhruv. Starts off with the dot ball. It's exactly what they needed. Another loopy full toss and another swing and a miss. An appeal for caught behind, but nothing doing. So that's 2 balls in a row that he's missed. Maybe giving the single to the set batter on the other end would be a better option at this point for Manoj. While he was looking for the aggressive option there, gets to looking to be aggressive is Manoj. Hasn't connected on that, but the intent is pretty clear. You miss, I hit. That is the name of the game at the end. So it'll be very interesting to see what will Manoj's approach be here. And what will Dhruv do? Because I think Manoj has made it very clear that he is going for the full Monty here. He's missed 2, hit 1, which did not get the connection that he was looking for. So let's see. Ball number 4. That's a wide. We'll have to bowl that one again. We'll be needing to bowl that one again. Is Dhruv. Here comes Dhruv to Manoj. And that's out. Castles him. Dhruv gets his first wicket, and that is just reward for the spell that he is bowled. Full swings, misses, and sees his stumps go for a walk. So Manoj ends up being the man dismissed. 165 for 5. 2 balls left for the end of the 19th over. A new batsman in will face the final 2 balls of this over. Dhruv gets his first wicket of the game. 1 for 23 his numbers. Will be bowling out. Last 2 balls of his spell. Meanwhile, Kalp on the other end waiting. 18 of 12. Here comes Dhruv. Takes the aerial route. Will that go to the boundary? No, it does not. Gets 2 runs. Was hoping for more, but will have to settle for 2. Abhar, the new batsman, gets off the mark straight away. Abhar. Last ball of the 19th over. 167 for 5, the Dais aces. Drops. We'll get a single. Are they looking for 2? No, and that is out. A rather suicidal attempt at a second run there. Abhar adamant that the second was on. Kalp did not think so. As you can see, he ran almost immediately, not looking at his partner. In the end, rather simple run out chance there. So Abar has to depart. That's the 6th wicket down. It's 168 for 6. 19 overs gone. Last over of the game. Last over of the first innings, I beg. How many runs can the Aces get in this final over? And it will be the new batsman on strike. So Kalp will once again start the final over at the non-striker's end. Shrikant, the new batsman on strike. Looks like Anay will be bowling the final over of this innings. Long off, long on. Deep mid wicket. Here is Anay. 2 for 30 in his 3 overs. Bowling the final over of the first innings. Shrikant on strike. Slow length. Slow ball to start off things. Dot ball. Every dot ball at this point is gold dust for the AB Devils. 168 for 6. 5 balls left. How many can the Aces get? Shrikant to face Anay once again. Here comes Anay. To Shrikant. Oh, another swing and a miss. This time there's an appeal for caught behind. No, says the umpire. So that's 2 dot balls in a row. Meanwhile, Kalp still on the non-striker's end. Here is Shrikant. That's been given as a wide. He will have to bowl that one again. 169 for 6. Anay once again. Oh, is that out? Is that out? No, says the umpire. But that is another dot ball. So it's been an excellent last over so far by Anay. Given the situation that they found themselves in, it's been a really, really good last 3-4 overs from the AB Devils, who've managed to pull back things considerably after it felt like a score in excess of 180 would be a realistic possibility. But that is not to be. That can still change though, but for now, it's been a pretty good over by Anay in the context of things. Here he comes, ball number 4. And this time, he picks it. He picks it and it's taken. That's gone. So Kalp still has to be on the non-striker's end. Anay gets wicket number 3. And that's the 7th wicket gone. Full toss. Was there to be hit but did not get the distance. And it was eventually a rather comfortable catch there at long off. Shrikant dismissed. A 169 for 7. 2 balls remaining in the innings. And it is safe to say that the Dais Aces lost their way a little bit. They were very well placed for a 180 plus score. But now they are at 169 for 7. With Divya, the new batsman, in. 2 balls to go. How many runs can they get? Here comes Anai. He's been of immense value in this bowling performance. 3 wickets for 31. Despite getting a little bit of tap. Smashes that. Goes for 4. That's the 170 up. It's 173 for 7. Smashes it in that gap. So it's 173 for 7. Last ball to go. What can Divya do? Here comes Anay. Two runs taken on the final ball of the innings. And that is the end of the first innings, with the Dais Aces posting a rather competitive and a healthy 175 for the loss of 7 wickets after being put into bat by the AB Devils. The target for the AB Devils is 176 to win in 20 overs with a required run rate of 8.8. Can they be able to overcome this target? We will find out in the run chase. Till then, time for a break. Hello everyone and welcome back to this run chase. We are here at the Dats Premier League game between the AB Devils and the Dais Aces. The Dais Aces batted first and they put up a rather healthy total of 175 for 7 in their allotted 20 overs. We are here for the run chase as the openers for the AB Devils, Mihir and Girish, take strike, and the bowler who will kickstart proceedings for the Aces is Divya. Mihir will take strike. Here is the first ball of the run chase. Let's see how it goes. Divya flicked, fielded, gets off the mark for a single. 176 required from the allotted 20 overs. It all depends on the kind of start that Devils have, because the Aces had an exceptional power play going at above 9s and over at one point. So they will need a similar, if not a better start to their run chase if they have to have a chance of getting anywhere near this total. Here is Divya bowling to Girish this time. Confidently played a front foot defense. Here is Divya once again. That's a full length delivery, asking to be hit, stylishly played, and that's the first boundary of the run chase. Coming from the bat of Girish. It was a full toss, it was wide, it was asking to be hit, and asking to be hit it was. Duly dispatched by Girish for 4. And here the run chase is up and running. Divya will need to regroup after that loose delivery. Here is Divya. Tried to overcompensate a little bit too much. Ended up being a wide. He will have to bowl that one again. Promising start this. Just 3 balls into the chase, but still. Oh, edged. Edged. Huge appeal. And not out, says the umpire. Very close to getting the edge. Some words being exchanged with the batsman and the bowler there. Considerable gap between bat and ball. Good decision by the umpire. And Mihir immediately going to his partner and offering him words of encouragement. Do not get sucked into that shot. That is a false shot. Here comes Divya. Gives it a charge. And once again close to the bat. After that boundary, Girish living dangerously here. Girish needs to take stock of the situation. Needs to understand the magnitude and the game. Here is Divya bowling to Girish. Picks that up nicely. Only for a single though. So the end of the first over. The AB Devils 7 for no loss. It'll be Girish who will be taking strike. The start of the second over. And Siddharth is the new bowler from the other end who will kickstart proceedings along with Divya. Siddharth to start the second over. That's a good shot. And that's gone to the boundary for 4. Played with a lot of assertiveness and authority there. Girish stepped one step forward in front, presented the full face of the bat, and beautifully dissected that gap between mid-off and cover. Races away to the boundary. Not the start that Siddharth was hoping for with the ball. Will need to be better there. Siddharth bowling to Girish. Another nicely tapped shot, and that's misfielded. We'll get a couple. Would have been better off picking up that ball with the hand rather than trying to stop that with the feet. Girish giving the charge, hitting nothing but fresh air. Beaten by the bowler, all ends up. Long off and deep cover are the two fielders in the deep for the fielding restrictions. Girish continuing to face. Tries the paddle. Just short of the fielder. Gets one. Finally Mihir to take strike after playing the first ball of the run chase. Been a while since he's got that strike. Let's see what Mihir can do. Here is Siddharth to Mihir. Oh, nice full length delivery. Dot ball. So good comeback by Siddharth after getting his first ball dispatched for the boundary. AB Devils currently 14 for no loss. Oh yes, that's dropped. That's a good effort there. Good effort. Was just not able to hold on to that catch mid-dive. So the ball flows onto the ground. There you go. Tries to cut it. Did not get much. There's a good effort there. But while going down, he was not able to hold on to the ball. And that would count as a drop chance. So it's the end of the second over. AB Devils 15 for no loss. Divya to continue bowling his second over from the other end. Conceded 7 runs in his first over. Mihir seemed ready until he withdrew at the last moment. Mihir once again ready to take strike this time. Divya to continue. Trying to go for the full Monty but wasn't able to get the required distance and connection on the ball. Does Mihir? Divya to continue. Mihir on strike. Straight. And that's a brilliant grab. What a catch that is. Mihir has to depart. He cannot believe it. But what a fielding effort that is in the deep. They say catches win matches. And this is definitely one of the catches of the day today. Brilliantly taken down at the deep. Mihir thought he'd done enough to get the distance as well as the connection. But it wasn't to be, courtesy of brilliant fielding effort there at the deep. There you go. That's a love. He had to run a few yards. Excellent technique, excellent gather, and excellent grab altogether. The AB Devils lose their first wicket. Mihir has to depart. It's 15 for 1. New batsman coming out to the middle. Divyam gets his first wicket of the game. The Dais aces draw first blood with that dismissal of Mihir. They will be looking to add a couple more wickets in the power play to get themselves in a much better position in the game. Kalpesh is the new batsman out in the middle. Kalpesh. Here comes Divyam. Kalpesh to face his first ball. Oh, that's a lovely Yorker. Equally well done by Kalpesh to keep it out, because that was a brilliant Yorker arching in. Lucky for him. Good cricket all around. It's a much better over. No runs conceded whatsoever. Gives the charge. It's an inside edge that is running away. Will get only a single. So this is a much better over from Divyam. The second over of the game. Of his game. Taken a wicket already. Conceded 8 runs. And has not given away a single boundary in this over at least. As of now. There's still two balls to go. Anything can happen. Girish to face Divya. He's on 12. Girish. Nice shot. Good looking shot that. Gets a couple of runs for his troubles. Good running between the wickets from Girish. Hits it at that corridor. Gets a comfortable 2. Girish once again. That's a lovely shot. But straight to the fielder. Oh, we'll get a single there. Slight misfield. Three overs gone. The AB Devils 19 for the loss of a wicket. they need 157 runs to win from 17 overs with a required run rate of 9.24. So with every over that they do not score a boundary, the task to achieve that target gets that much more uphill from there. So it'll be very interesting to see. And there's a bowling change. A new bowler, Nikhil, coming into the attack. It's a slight change in the field there. Nikhil coming in. We're halfway through the power play. AB Devils have to kick on. That's well wide. We'll have to bowl that away again. Not the start that Nikhil was hoping for with the ball. Was way too wayward and was well outside the line of the wide trimeland. So here's Nikhil once again. We'll have to bowl that one again. There he is. Huge appeal, and once again that's given as a wide. There's a big appeal there, but only from the bowler and partly from the wicketkeeper. The wicketkeeper did not look that interested. The umpire had no hesitation to call it a wide, and rightly so. Nikhil once again. Good forward defense, knocks it about for a single. 22 for 1, the AB Devils. Nikhil finally gets a legal delivery after 2 wides. Here he comes, Kalpesh. Again another wide. He's got his bearings all wrong here, has Nikhil. Will need to get his socks up. Nikhil to Kalpesh. That's a beautiful stroke. 6. Flat batted, straight over the bowler's head. Brilliantly hit. Look at that. Minimal bat swing. All bottom hand coming into play. That is a shot and a half from Kalpesh. The first 6 of the run chase. Nothing wrong with the delivery there, but all credit has to go to the sheer power of Kalpesh that he brought into that shot. Absolutely brilliant that. Nikhil, once again, we'll have to bowl that again. So he's just bowled 2 balls, but he's already conceded 10 runs. So probably this is the over that the AB Devils were looking for to get their run chase back on track. Oh, that was close. That was close, but just about enough to be called a legal delivery. $29 for 1, the AB Devils. Here comes Nikhil. It's in the air. Nothing there, but safe. Got the leaning edge. He was looking to play the pull shot, but the ball did not bounce enough. Gets the leaning edge. Lands in no man's land. So Kalpesh lives to survive. Gets Girish on strike. Girish is currently batting on 16 of 12. Kalpesh, after that 6, is on 8 of 5. That's a lovely shot. That is running, and that's gone for 4. That's a boundary. So this is a big over. This is a good-looking shot. Played it nice. Should have been saved there. And should have definitely been saved here. But in fact, it's gone to the boundary for 4. And with that, the score is now all of a sudden motored along to 34 for 1 with 1 ball left in the 4th over. Nikhil's first over has been an expensive one, conceding 15. Here he bowls the last ball of the 4th over, and oh, that's edge, but no, that's a single. So it's the end of the 4th over, and a much needed impetus in the run chase with the AB Devils now on 35 for 1. The over that they were looking for, they got a 6, they got a 4, and some generous bowling by Nikhil, giving them a couple of extras as well. Brought them right back on track as far as the run chase is concerned. 141 required of 16. The run rate below 9. It's 8.81, the required run rate at present. And they're just about keeping track with that, with the current run rate that they're scoring at being an 8.75. Still a long way to go in this contest, mind you. Anything can happen, as we all know and we all say. Cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties. At one point, a team can be on top bossing proceedings, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, they are down and out for the count. In the meanwhile, the Dais Aces have made another bowling change. Pranav is the new bowler back into the bowling attack. And Girish will take strike to face Pranav. Here comes Pranav for his first ball of the over. Girish gently sweeps that across for a quick single. Again, the running between the wickets has been a recurring theme in the innings of both the batting sides. They have run well in general. Good running between the wickets, except for that one catastrophic run out. But apart from that, the running has been pretty good. Here's Kalpesh. Takes the aerial route, and that's gone for 4. 1 bounce over the rope. Once again, Kalpesh showcasing his brute strength. Brilliant pickup shot that. Over the cover for 4. This run chase is well and truly taking shape now. 40 for 1, the AB Devils. Kalpesh on 12 of 6. Girish 22 of 15. And now even the Dais Ace is feeling a little bit of the heat. Here you go. Oh, that's a lovely delivery. There was bounce, there was grip, there was turn. Caught Kalpesh unawares. Good comeback that from Pranav after being hit for 4. Another good foolish delivery. Gets a sent back there. Reaches just in the nick of time. Again, it's the question of how well you timed that ball. And Kalpesh did time that ball pretty well. So single was a rather risky proposition and was wisely sent back. And by the looks of that replay, just in the nick of time. That's in the air. And that's gone. Wicket number 2. Kalpesh has to depart. He was looking good. He hit a couple of big shots there. He was going for another one. Unfortunately, just did not get neither the timing nor the distance. Here we go. Comes, gives him the charge. Bowls it a little wide. Had to reach out for it. Comfortable catch there. And the second wicket goes. So this is a very, very impressive comeback from the bowler. And that is the loss of the second wicket. Pranav gets his first. AB Devils lose their second. It's 40 for 2. 1 ball left for the 5th over. The new batsman walking into the middle is Nirav. And once again, AB Devils find themselves in a rather similar situation that the Dais Aces did. They themselves lost 2 wickets in the power play, especially both the openers. And from there on, it was a display of good batting partnership for the 3rd wicket. The AB Devils will be hoping to replicate the same in their case with Nirav and Girish. A huge appeal there. Nothing doing, says the umpire. Looked a pretty close call, but that brings us to the end of the 5th over. It's 40 for 2. It'll be very interesting to see who It will be very interesting to see who will bowl the final over of the power play. The AB Devils know very well indeed that this is the last over of the field restrictions. They will be looking forward to make the most of this over and try to take full advantage of that and score as many runs as possible. It's Harsh, another bowling change, and he will be bowling the final over of the power play. How many runs can the AB Devils get of this over? Or will Harsh have a different story to tell with this 6 balls? Girish, the well-set Girish on strike. What will Girish do? Here comes Harsh. Girish starts off nicely, but no run there. The ball was there to be hit, but he finds the fielder. Girish. Oh, tried to be cheeky. Missed it. That's 2 dot balls now. Pressure slowly building. What will Girish's response be? How will Girish respond? With another dot ball? No, that is a single there. It's 3 balls in, just a single conceded. Dais Aces will be happy with that, as long as there is no boundary in this over. Here's Nirav. Another good ball. So that's 4 good deliveries on the trot. Impressive this from Harsh. Can they make it count? Can they sneak in a wicket here? Can Harsh get a wicket? Or will Nirav turn the tables on this over? Good shot, another dot ball. That's just a single in the 5 balls. He started well. He's kept the pressure on in this over. Something's got to give. It's the last ball of the power play. What will Nirav do? Will he swing for the fences? Or will he play the way he has? Swings, misses. It's an excellent over. Harsh does a brilliant job. Keeps it to just a single. We're at the end of the power play. 6 overs gone. AB Devils 41 for 2. Pranav to continue from the other end. It was a very impressive first over from him. Just a 5 runs on a wicket. Six overs, 41 for 2. The AB Devils need 135 from 14 overs. The run rate is now over 9.5, 9.64 to be precise. Girish on strike. Girish has held one end nicely, but I think it'll be time that he will have to be the aggressor here because Nirav has not got off the mark yet. So paddle. Oh, that was close. But that is gone, and it's gone for 4. Should have been nothing more than a single at best. In fact, it's trickled onto the boundary for 4. It was mistimed. It was rather unfortunate there. Not much the fielder could do. It was a wicked deviation after the ball hit the turf. Unfortunate for the fielder there. Nothing much he could do. Got a feel for him there at the bit. So Girish has slowly moved on to 27. Here's Pranav. Not a wide, says the umpire. Girish a little perplexed by that decision, but it was the right call because the ball did turn enough to be classified as a legal delivery. Pranav to continue. Girish on strike. That's another paddle. This time goes to the fielder. This time the fielder gathers it well. Gets a single. A little bit of a hesitation there. But eventually the single has been completed without much fuss. 46 for 2. The score. Chasing 176 the AB Devils, mind you. Here is Pranav. Excuse me. Pranav. A little bit of a foot movement there and gone. Timber. What's going down? He's getting timber. That's a brilliant wicket for Pranav. Second wicket there. Nirav tried to do the dancey dance but wasn't able to connect anything. And you miss, I hit. Second wicket there for Pranav. Third wicket down for the AB Devils. 46 for 3. So another wicket falls. And all this while, Girish still stands tall on the other end, watching as wickets tumble around him. The new batsman to walk in. Is Harshvardhan. Harshvardhan to face Pranav. Bowled very well so far has Pranav. Here he comes. Gets off the mark, does Harshvardhan. Immediately. 47 for 3. One more ball for the end of the 7th over. Here is Pranav. 11 runs, 2 wickets. Very good bowling spell this. Oh, that was so close. That is running and saved just in the nick of time. Gets 2 runs. The umpire calls it byes. Excellent piece of bowling this. So 2 more runs added to the kitty. It's the end of the 7th over. The AB Devils are 49 for the loss of 3 wickets. (49 for 3 after 7). And the Dais aces will believe that they are currently in a commanding position, though there is still some way to go for the match to decisively tilt in their favor, because never underestimate your opponent is the cardinal rule always. Harsh to continue, and that was well fielded by Harsh against Harshvardhan, ironically. Played well for a single. The 50 comes up with that single for the AB Devils. 50 for the loss of 3 wickets. They still have a long way to go. 126 required. And the run rate slowly creeping up just a shade below 10 now. It's in the air. Just a single. The required run rate is now crept to 10 and over. What started off as a 8.8 at the start of this run chase, it is now gone to 10. So a boundary every over is the bare minimum at this stage. If they have to keep in cahoots with the required rate, that's a wide. That will have to be bowled again. .52 for 3, the AB Devils. Harsh to Harshvardhan. Should have been taken by the keeper there. Lets it go past for a bye. So this is another good over on the face of it by Harsh, and for the Dais aces in general as well. Apart from the one over in the power play where they were taken apart for 15 or 16 runs, if I remember correctly, they've not given away much in terms of runs in boundaries in an over. Here comes Harsh again, this time to Girish. Nicely played for a single. Again, the singles are not going to hurt the Dais aces at this stage of the match. It's still early doors, but the singles will not be a problem here. They can't, as long as they're not conceding the boundaries, they'll be fine with it. It is the boundaries that will hurt, and the AB Devils will know that very well. That's picked. He's picked the bones out of that one, and that is gone into the sky for 6. Just when I was talking about not conceding a boundary, that was there in the slot, and Harshvardhan picks it right out the middle of the bat. Stand and deliver. And that is gone sailing into the sky for 6. That's a huge hit. And that is the end of the 8th over. It's 60 for 3. $11 runs coming off that over. Statement of intent there from Harshvardhan. Picked it rather beautifully and picked the bones out of that, to be honest, as well. Brilliant shot. Absolutely brilliant. Here is Girish, 30 of 24. He's holding strong from one end. Meanwhile, it's Manoj, the new bowler, into the attack. Girish gathering his thoughts, walking away from his guard. And meanwhile, Manoj himself taking time to set the field. Here we are. Manoj to Girish. Slower through the air was Manoj there. Was watchfully played by Girish as well, not trying to take any risks early doors, being the set batsman that he is. Manoj to Girish. The paddle, is that a wide? We'll have to wait and see. Gets a couple. That is wide. 2 wides. So that's 3 runs added to the total. So looking for the paddle sweep. Missed down the line, but thankfully it was a wide. So 3 runs added to the total. Nicely played under the eyes by Girish. Manoj. Again, the ball, it's given as a wide. Interesting to see what the field set is, given that Manoj has been constantly trying to bowl around the legs, and with Girish also looking for the sweep and consecutive deliveries. It's a huge appeal. That's a huge appeal. That's a huge appeal. Not given. Not given by the umpire. That was very interesting. That was very close. I think the impact would be the question. Probably looks to be outside the line. Here's Manoj. Picks it. It's a single. So looking at the field set here, there is a deep cover, there is a long off, there is a long on, there is a deep square leg. So that's the 4. So very interesting here. Manoj to Harshvardhan. Picks the bones out of that. Only for a single there. 66 for 3. 1 ball away from the 9th over. Picks up. Is that? Waiting for the umpire's call. And that is 6. What a way to end the over. Girish getting into the act. Finally nails that shot, picks it nicely. No fielder there. Comfortably goes over the rope for 6. Ends the over on a high. 9 overs gone. That's 72 for 3. AB Devils slowly but surely keeping up with the chase. The required run rate now brought down to 9.45. It was above 10 at a stage. Still a significant way to go. 100 runs required, 104 required in 11 overs to win. It's Krishna, the new bowler, into the attack. Harshvardhan on strike. Krishna bowling to Harshvardhan. Oh, that's a good ball. Starts off rather well, Krishna. Not the right length to cut, I believe, from Harshvardhan. Krishna to continue. That's in the air. And that's just in front of the fielder at long off. Gets a single. 73 for 3. Girish on 37. Harshvardhan on 10. That's a beautiful shot. And that is running away to the boundary for 4. Beautifully played there by Girish. He's playing a beautiful hand in this run chase. Look at that. Just a bit wide. Gets down on one knee. Picks it up. Over cover for 4. Beautiful. The fielder at long off had absolutely no chance there. 77 for 3. Krishna will have to bowl it a little straighter. Here he comes, Krishna, to Girish. Cuts it well. Should get a couple there at least. Comfortably gets a couple. So the runs now slowly and steadily starting to flow for the AB Devils. A 6 in the previous over, a boundary in this over. Clicking nicely for them. That's been given as a wide. Krishna to bowl to Girish. Plays it down the ground for a single. Girish moves on to 44. 81 for 3. The target is now under 100. 95 needed from 61 balls. That's beautifully hit. And that's another boundary. Goes for 4. So another expensive over. There's 13 runs coming off the over. 10 overs gone. 85 for 3. And we'll have a drink. We have a tantalizing last 10 overs in store for us, folks. The game is rather evenly poised at this stage, with 91 required of the final 10 overs. 7 wickets in hand for the AB Devils, with Girish well set on 44 of 32 and Harshvardhan on 14 of 9. And given in mind that how much damage this partnership could cause if it is allowed to thrive, the Dais aces have brought on their danger man, their best bowler so far, Pranav, in the hopes that he breaks this partnership. He's been brilliant so far. He's conceded just 11 runs for his 2 wickets in the 2 overs that he's bowled. Can he conjure his magic once again? Solid in defense is Girish. Girish plays it nicely down the ground for a single. So good start to the over from Pranav. Just a single of his first 2 deliveries. Brings Harshvardhan on strike. Here is Harshvardhan. Loops it. It's in the air. And that is 4. So the boundary is continuing to flow now. Harshvardhan this time getting into the act once again. After his boundary in the previous over. Picks it up beautifully right over the bowler's head. 1 bounce for 4. Goes on to 90, the task total. 90 for the loss of 3 wickets, 86 required from 57 deliveries. Played it to the bowler, no run there. Very close to the outside edge. Very, very close there. Nothing doing, says the umpire, though. It's still been a good over so far. 5 runs coming from it despite the boundary. They will take that. The Dais aces. An inside edge. Despite that, a good over. 6 runs coming from it. 11 overs gone. The AB Devils 91 for 3. Neck and neck, the 2 teams at this stage of the contest. Not much to separate the 2 sides. It's a matter of a few runs here and there. But the AB Devils will currently feel that they are well and truly in this run chase. They placed well. 91 for 3. 85 needed of 9 overs. They have a set batsman in Girish on one end and Harshvardhan giving him able support from the other. Manoj bowling to Harshvardhan. Solid in defense there. They'll take it 1 over at a time. They know the situation that they have to play to. They know the current scenario they find themselves in. They did not want to ruin a good thing here. So I believe this is the right approach that they are following. It's in the air just when I say that. And that's 4. Another boundary. Again, Harshvardhan getting into the act. This is much needed support for Girish on the other end, though. Taking the responsibility of scoring the runs attackingly from one end is Harshvardhan. And that is giving enough time for Girish to settle in and play his role to the sheet as the sheet anchor to perfection. And that is what partnerships in cricket are about. Playing to your partner's strengths and playing to your partner's capabilities. Harshvardhan doing the bulk of the scoring, and that doesn't matter because the runs are coming at this point. And that's a wide. The pressure getting to the Dais aces now. Apart from the wide, another single is being sneaked in. So that's 97 for 3 now. Harshvardhan on 23 of 15 and Girish on 45 of 34. 79 required of 52. The AB Devils scoring their runs at 8.56 and over. Thereabouts. Tickle down the ground for a single. 98 for 3. Harshvardhan back on strike to Manoj. Another single to the deep. So they're doing it nicely. They got 8 runs of it. They're keeping in touch with the required run rate. A couple of singles more, that would give them more than the required. Depends what is Girish's approach here. He's on 46. Will definitely have eyes on that half century, which he so richly deserves. Smacks it. And that's 4. What a way to bring your half century. Girish, take a bow. 50 of the finest runs in this run chase. Plays it on a full toss. Hits it well, and that shot did deserve 4. And he gets 4 for it. The 100 comes up as well. It's 103 for 3. One more ball left in this over and 12 runs already. They've got the over that they require. They're going at above the required at this point. Edged. Is it? No, says the umpire. This is the end of a rather successful 12th over for the AB Devils. It's 103 for 3. 73 required of 8. This partnership now becoming a real headache for the Dais Angels. They will know, because they had a partnership of their own that caused similar problems to the AB Devils while they were batting. They know that this pair of Girish and Harshvardhan, if allowed to play for more, even a couple more overs, the balance, the scales would tilt firmly in the favor of the AB Devils. 73 required in 48. 9.12 the required run rate. 8.58 the current run rate. Harsh comes into ball. 2 overs, 11 for no wicket. Harshvardhan gently taps it to shot mid-on. Mid-off, I beg your pardon. Shot mid-off. No run there. They will need to bowl dot balls in succession. They will want to stop the boundaries from flowing. Keep them in check. That's the edge. A single, nothing less. That wouldn't be an issue for the Dais Angels. They wouldn't mind the singles. It's the boundaries that they need to put a lid on. Because they have, the AB Devils have been finding the boundaries at regular intervals in every over. And that is a real cause of concern for the Dais Angels if you're a fielding side. Because a boundary is more often than not the difference between an under par and a par over. especially when you're managing a run rate that is above 9. You need the scoreboard pressure to have a telling effect on the chasing side in the last 7 overs or so. So a tight over here, a tight over there will surely make a huge difference in the context of the game. A paddle sweep. But the fielder stationed there for that very shot. So that's another single. Girish moves on to 54. 51, I believe. Not 54, 51. Harshvardhan giving him company on 25. Here is that's in the air, and that's taken. The partnership is broken just when it felt like the AB Devils were looking to take things to the next level. They have been pegged back, and it is Harsh who gets his first wicket, and rightly so. 3 balls without a scoring opportunity. Harshvardhan decides to take things in his hands, gets the elevation, not the distance he was looking for, and a rather comfortable catch at long on. Brings an end to an enterprising 4th wicket partnership with Harshvardhan departing for 25. 105 for 4. Dhaval S, the new batsman, in. They're still not out of the danger zone yet, are the AB Devils. They still need 71. 44 balls. Harsh. 4 balls, just 2 singles conceded. Excellent over so far. Would like to continue to put the pressure on the AB Devils. The AB Devils have managed to come out of the sticky situations multiple times in this game. They have been put to the test once again by the Dais Aces. Can they once again find their way out of another potentially tricky situation with the match's fate hanging in the balance? Harsh bowling to Dhaval. He's going to be facing his first delivery. Plays it straight to the bowler. No run there. This is an excellent over given the circumstance and the context of the game. 105 for 4. Here he comes again. No run. No run. So an excellent over from Harsh comes to an end. 2 runs. Just 2 runs and a wicket. 105 for 4 at the end of 13 overs. I think it is safe to say that the onus of the run chase now falls squarely on the shoulders of Girish. He is the set batsman. He's been playing really well. He's got to his 50. But with the new batsman definitely going to take a little bit of time to get used to the pitch and the conditions around him, the onus will be on the set batter to deliver the goods for his side. The question is, can Girish deliver? He's done it with aplomb up to this point in the run chase. But more is needed as we enter what is a very, very crucial period in this match. Vineet, the new bowler, into the attack. Facing Girish. Here is Girish. Plays it nicely down the ground for a single. Singles won't hurt the Dais Angels. They won't. Because the last over, there were just 2 singles, and all of a sudden that run rate, which was hovering around the early 9s, is now suddenly shot up to 10.24. That is what a couple of tight overs can do to change the complexion of the match. Till that over, it looked like the AB Devils were well and truly in the chase, keeping a close track of the required run rate. But now, all of a sudden, they find themselves in a spot of bother here with a tight over there, and now that has been backed up by 2 singles of the first 2 deliveries. They will need a release shot, and they will need it quickly. Or else, it might be a case of too much to do in too little time. So the AB Devils currently find themselves between a rock and a hard place. Do they continue this approach of taking singles, or do they go for the big shot? A huge appeal there. Nothing doing, says the umpire. So even Girish, feeling the heat now, is trying to manufacture shots that he wasn't doing up until this point. That is what pressure does to you. It plays tricks on the minds of even the most set of batters. Girish gets a single. Still no boundaries. 10 balls since the last boundary. And now that run rate is now suddenly creeping up to 11. It's 10.74 at the moment. A couple of dot balls more and that goes to 11. It's a good shot. Again a single, just a single. Singles will do for the Dais Angels. Singles are not a problem. That is not bothering anyone there. That's a good shot. Again, a little bit of miscommunication. They get 2, but again, an over that has no boundaries conceded. So 65 required in the 6 overs left. AB Devils, 111 for 4, chasing 176. Girish is feeling the heat. He's been there from the very first delivery, and now he's beginning to feel the after effects. It is a very hot day there, mind you. It is very hot. It is very humid. So the conditions will definitely be taking a toll on Girish, given that it is the hotter part of the evening, the early evenings, a little bit on the hotter side. It is a test of resilience for Girish. It is a test of mental fortitude, physical endurance as well. But at the same time, he will need help from his partner. That was exactly what Harshvardhan was doing until he gave his wicket away. He was the perfect foil to Girish, enabling to bide his time while he was doing the bulk of the scoring. Dhaval needs to carry on that as well. Tries to do that. Does not get the timing that he was looking for. Has to settle for a single. Like I said, singles will not trouble the Dais Angels at all. They wouldn't mind the singles. It's the boundaries that they will need to stop. And as of now, they're doing a pretty good job at stopping them. Girish on strike. He's currently batting on 55 or 42. Harsh. Oh. That is going to the boundary. And that is gone for 4. It was a much needed boundary for the AB Devils, giving the things. Is that runs of the bat. They will take it whatever way they come. That is 4 off the bat. So much needed boundary that releases the shackles out a bit. But the job's still not done. The run rate's still above 10.5 required. They need more of these boundaries. Can they get another one in this over? Can they? Girish batting on 59. He's been a rock in this run chase so far. That's a close delivery. That is very close. Girish is trying to manufacture another cut shot and the same result, getting beaten. Not able to get the connection that he was hoping for. 60 runs required in 33 deliveries. A paddle only gets a single. Still some way off. They've got the boundary, but it's still 6 runs off the over with 2 more to go. Can they get another boundary in this over to just keep up with the run rate a bit? Can they? The run rate as we speak now, the required run rate has now touched 11. It's a good shot. And that's gone for oh no, what have you done? That should have been fielded. That should have been fielded. Unfortunate there. But the AB Devils will take the boundary any which way. A little casual there, deep down there, but it doesn't matter how they come as long as they come. The AB Devils will gladly take that. That releases the pressure a bit. They get the 10 runs of the over that is required. Anything above here is a bonus. Can they sneak in another boundary here? And they get it. That is another boundary. They get the big over that they were looking for. 14 of this over. Back-to-back boundaries for Dhaval. And now once again, the AB Devils find themselves right in the mix of this game. 51 required of the last 5. AB Devils 125 for 4 after 15 overs. Divya comes back into the attack. 2 overs, 1 for 11. Girish currently taking strike at 60. This is the crucial part of the game, folks. 5 overs, 51 runs required. Hit straight down the ground for a single. This is the crucial part, the last 5 overs. The equation's very simple. The AB Devils need to get 50 runs in 29 deliveries. In today's day and age, this asking rate is not truly unrealistic at all. But can they get it done? Dhaval is on strike. Divya to bowl. Picks his spot nicely. And that is gone to the boundary. That is another boundary. So Dhawal picking up from where Harshvardhan left off and is providing the spark with the bat here. Swats it across the leg side. No chance for the fielder there at long on, and that is travelling like a tracer bullet. 130 for 4, 46 required now in 28 deliveries. Divya to Dhawal. Dhawal goes, takes the aerial route. Gets a single. So 6 runs coming off that first 3 deliveries of this over. They need another boundary. Can they get one? Oh, that was close to the outside edge once again. The heat and the humidity clearly getting a bit to Girish here. Another similar shot missed. He's tried the cut shot 3 times in the last 3 overs. He's not got a single run off it. Probably to try a different shot, Girish, I guess. Dhawal pulling things back nicely after getting hit for a boundary in the second ball of his over. 45 runs required of 26. The required run rate 10.38. Girish batting on 61. Divya coming into bowl. Here is Girish. Plays it down the ground. Comfortable single taken there. Girish also playing to the situation rather nicely. He knows his partner Dhawal has the hot hand here. He's smoked in a couple of boundaries in the past 2 overs and has the hot hand and the momentum going in his favour. So gives him the single and gives him the strike. What will Dhawal manufacture here now? Oh, that's a swing and a miss, and that is given. It's taken a feather off the bat. And again, Divya gets that much needed breakthrough for the Dais Aces. The AB Devils lose their 5th wicket. Tries to go for the slog, gets a tickle, and that's a good catch by the keeper standing up. The AB Devils lose half their side. It's 132 for 5 after 16. 44 required of the last 4. Four overs, 44 runs required. Girish still standing tall. He's joined in by the new batsman, making his way out to the middle. Rahul, the new batsman, walked to the middle now. Rahul is on strike. Divya, Pranav to bowl out. He's had an excellent game so far. 2 for 17 in his 3 overs. Will be bowling his final. Huge appeal here. The umpire says impact outside the line. And I'm inclined to believe it so. Yes, it was. The impact was outside of Girish. His front foot was well outside the line of the off stump. And that was saving him. A bit of jest between the umpire and the bowler. Pranav continuing. They need a big over from somewhere, the AB Devils. This will not help their cause. Rahul on strike. He's a new batsman. Can he get going from the word go? It's a difficult pitch for a new batsman to get on, given the uneven nature of it. Although towards the latter part of this innings, it has become much better to bat on. However, it is always an uphill task for a new batsman to play attacking strokes right from the very first ball. And that is where the advantage lies with the Dais aces. Takes the aerial route off the first ball itself. Gets a single. Still no boundary in the first 3 balls of the 17th over. Girish back on strike. He's on 63 of 50. Pranav to bowl to Girish. Takes the aerial route. And that is 6. That's a fantastic stroke. And much needed boundary in the context of the game and in the context of this run chase. Girish sweeps it to perfection, catches the middle of the bat, and comfortably the ball flies over the rope for 6. 36 required now from 20. And this is in the air. And he's dropped it. Oh my word. Girish has been dropped. It is the set batter whose catch has been fluffed. Is this the turning point of the contest? Girish was once again looking for the sweep. Gets a top edge. The ball travels nowhere. You would feel that the keeper had it in his grasp, only to floor it. And what a moment this could be in the context of the game. Girish is on the non-strikers and on his haunches. He is exhausted, but he will have to pull through. He will have to find the strength and the fortitude to carry on. Meanwhile, Rahul on strike against Pranav. 9 runs coming off the over. Last ball of Pranav's spell. What can Pranav conjure up here? And that is out. Plumb in front. No hesitation from the umpire whatsoever. And Pranav strikes in the final ball of his spell. He ends his game with 3 for 26 of his 4. 17 overs gone. AB Devils 141 for 6. 35 needed of 18. Well, what a game we have on our hands, folks. This game has ebbed and flowed throughout the duration of the contest. Just when it feels like one team has the upper hand, the other team strikes back with a vengeance. And that has been the recurring theme of this contest. Come what the outcome, it has been a sight. It has been a sight. Two teams going at it, hammer and tongs, and still the contest very much in the balance as we approach the final 3 overs of the contest. 35 runs required for the AB Devils in 18 deliveries. 4 wickets required for the Dais Aces to register what is a hard-fought victory for either side. Ane is the new batsman who's walked out in the middle. It will be Girish who will take strike for the 18th over. Girish, fresh off a 6 in that previous over, is currently batting on 70. He is the glue that has held this run chase together so far. Scored almost half the runs for his side. What can Girish do here? Swing and a miss. And Girish is cramping. Oh, that is not a good sign. Girish is on the floor. He is cramping here. He is cramping bad. The last thing that the AB Devils require is the sight of their most important batsman going down on the ground. We hope it's nothing more than a cramp and he recovers soon. Receives medical help as we speak. Tried to go down on one knee and play the slog sweep to a pace bowler this time. Unfortunately wasn't able to connect. But an even bigger issue here is that he's cramped up. He's done a phenomenal job so far, batting on 70. It is hot, it is humid out there. And it is an uphill task to maintain your energy levels throughout, especially given the heat that we have. It has been a test, mind you. It has been nothing short of a grueling test of physical exertion by Girish, who's been there right from the very first ball. He'd come to open the innings, lest we forget. So credit has to be given where it is due for the magnitude of the performance and the impact that his score and his innings has had on this run chase. Here is Girish. He looks ready to go. The job's not done. 35 required of 17. Required run rate of 12.35. Siddharth bowling his second over. He's picked the gap beautifully there, and that's 4. That's a beautiful shot from Girish. Lovely timing. Picks up the ball outside the off stump. Once again tries the slog sweep. Connects it this time. Gets the boundary that they were looking for. And now 31 required of 16. Don't go anywhere, folks. This game is getting interesting with every passing delivery. Again takes the aerial route. Should he come back for 2? Just takes a single. 30 required of 15. 146 for 6, the AB Devils. Ane to face his first ball. Siddharth to bowl. At this point, the game plan for the Dais Angels would be very simple. Keep Girish off strike. That's a good shot, and that's misfielded, and that is gone for 4. Just the last thing that the Dais Angels required was a misfield. Was nicely hit, but should have been fielded there. That's gone for 4. Unfortunate, but those 4 runs would hurt. 26 of 14 now. 150 up for the AB Devils. The Dais Angels, there is a bit of nervousness around the field. They know that this game is not over yet. Ane getting off the mark in style with a boundary. Siddharth, 9 runs of this over. Another single taken. Again, the little misfield, the little deflections that are taking off, those singles, 10 runs of the 5 balls. All the Dais Angels need to do here is avoid conceding a boundary. 25 runs of 13 balls. Anything, they will fancy their chances here to get a boundary. Girish on strike. Tries it, gets a single. So 24 of the last 2. 152 for 6, the AB Devils. Twenty-four runs required, 12 balls, 152 for 6. Girish battling a hero's innings with 76. Divya. Oh, he misses a full toss. But they get the leg by, they get the bye. They peel for a run out, not given. Scamper across for a single. 23 of 11. .23 needed of 11. Anay on strike. Divya to bowl out. Divya to bowl out. They will be looking to get a boundary or 2 to get that target below 20. Oh, that's a lovely delivery in the circumstances. Beats Anay, all ends up. That was a brilliant delivery under pressure from Divya. .23 needed of 10. Anay setting himself up. Surely there is a big shot coming now. Gives the charge, swings and misses. That's a huge appeal for caught behind. Nothing doing, says the umpire, but this is another dot ball. And dot balls at this time is gold dust for the Dais Angels. .23 needed of 9. Anay on strike. Divya to face. Divya to bowl. Gets a single. Brings Girish on strike. 22 of 8. Surely, surely. There is a big shot coming here. It has to. It's a non-negotiable at this point. They have to have a big shot. The target is uphill as it is, 22 of 8. They need a big shot, and they need a big shot now. What can Girish conjure up his sleeve? Is there a moment of magic waiting for us? Here comes Divya. Girish to face. Oh, he's picked the bones out of that. And that is brilliantly hit by Girish. For 4. Looks, waits. The ball was drifting down leg. He picks it, takes his time, picks his spot. And that is 1 bounce over the rope for 4. This game is not over yet. 18 runs required of 7. Girish is the key to success. It is the last ball. Now raises the $1 million question. What does Girish do here? Does he go for the boundary to reduce the margin required in the final over? Or does he take the single and keep himself on strike for the final over? We will come to know now. Divya to bowl the final ball. Girish on strike. He goes for the big shot. And he gets 4. That's another brilliant shot. Picks the gap expertly. The long off fielder had no chance. So the equation now is 14 runs required off the final ball over. But the biggest factor here is that Girish is at the non-striker's end. Anay is on strike for the final over. All Anay has to do is take a single. Even if he misses, run for the hills would be the message to Anay. You need Girish on strike as quickly as possible in this over. Girish on 85 of 59. What a magnificent knock he has played. He has kept his team in the hunt right up until the very end. It all comes down to this. 6 balls, 14 runs. AB Devils have been worthy adversaries to the Dais Aces all throughout this game. They have picked themselves up from challenging positions with the ball and now with the bat as well. Can they deliver the knockout blow? Or will Dais Aces hold their nerves for a famous victory? The responsibility of bowling the final over is a huge one. The Dais Angels are mindful of that fact. And that is why they have given the ball the responsibility of this crucial final over. Goes to Vineet, who's conceded 6 runs in his first over. But what a crucial over. Final over. Anay on strike. Here comes 14 required of 6. Girish clearly not happy with something there. Here comes Vineet. Anay. Oh, that's beaten everyone. And that is 2 runs. Is it? Yes, that's 2. So Anay is still on strike. 12 required of 5. That ball beat everyone. It beat the batsman. It beat the keeper. But was stopped right at the edge of the boundary. Girish is on his haunches. He is exhausted beyond compare. But still there, still fighting. 12 of 5. And as we speak, there is a nice little bit of sportsmanship there with the fielder tying Ane's laces. We hope he's tied it tight enough. Here goes. Vineet to Ane. And that's a wide. That's an anticlimax if there was one. 11 required of 5. We are at the edge of our seats here, folks. Everyone's on their feet. Ane facing it. Goes for the big shot. Gets a single. That's 10 runs required of 4. And Girish is on strike. 10 runs required of 4. This is the contest, folks. Girish on strike. Vineet with the ball. Pivotal moment this. This is the game. This very ball could very well decide the outcome of the game right here, right now. Vineet to Girish. Girish. Oh, that was through. Gets a single. They're going for 2. It's on the dial and they get 2. They get 2. 8 required of 3. And Girish once again sucking his breath in. Right on his haunches. He cannot take it. And even Ane is on his haunches at the non-strikers end. Everything is on the line here now. 8 runs needed of 3 deliveries. Girish on 87. Three balls, 8 runs needed. Girish on 87. Here comes Vineet. Oh, he's picked that up. And that's gone for 4. 2 balls, 4 runs required. That's another brilliant strike from Girish. Wits goes down on one knee, picks the gap behind square and finds the boundary. Girish moves on to 91. 172 for 6. 4 runs needed of 2 balls. We have been witness to one of the great cricket matches today. It has been an absolute humdinger of a contest. Here it is. 4 runs needed of 2 balls. Vineet to Girish. It's in the air. They will come back for 2. And they come back for 2. So now the equation is as simple as it gets. 1 ball, 2 runs required, and the Dais aces will do everything and anything to make sure that they don't scamper across for 2. We have the possibility of a super over as well. What a contest this has been. What a contest this has been from the very first ball itself. Girish on strike. It is only fitting that he gets to face the final ball. He's been there from the first ball to the last, quite literally in this case. He's on 93. 2 runs off the last ball. The umpires wanting to make sure that this ball is done, and that is the right call. That is the very right call by the umpire. They have been fair, but they have been firm in equal measure. Girish is not happy, but the umpire's call is final. Here we go. Final ball, folks. 2 runs needed. Vineet to bowl to Girish. This is it. Winner takes all. And that is it. They have scampered across. They are coming back for 2. And it is tied. After 40 overs of breathtaking cricket, both the sides cannot be separated. 175 for 7. Girish with a magnificent 94. All right. So it is a tie. What a breathtaking contest this has been. Put into bat first. The Dais Aces put a rather competitive 175 themselves. And the Ace Devils. What a AB Devils. What a brilliant run chase this has been. And at the end of it all, you must think that a tie is the deserved result because both teams were brilliant right from the off. And Girish, spare a thought for Girish. What a magnificent innings. The innings of the highest class, quality and stature. Finishes at 94. And this has been a contest for the ages. Nothing to separate the two sides. It is a tie in this Darts Premier League encounter. I am Delvin and it has been a pleasure guiding you through this contest. Till then, it is me wishing you a good day. But the cricket action continues. We will see you in the next game. Toodles.